consider I have actually 6 rows in my Excel sheet. So now I will actually explain which transform script run when. So here in this Excel sheet, consider I have actually only 6 rows. That is, I have actually provided only 6 rows here. So now I will actually explain when exactly which transform script will run. So on start transform script run only one time. On start transform script run only one time. That is at the beginning of transform map. So on start. So on start will run before the beginning of the transform map. On complete will run at the end of the transform map. So on complete will run in the end of the transform map. On before will run before each row transformation. On after will run on after each row transformation. After each row transformation, on after will run. On before will run. Sorry. So on before will run before each row transformation. Okay. So on start will run before beginning of the transform map. On complete will run after completion of the transform map. Only one time. On start will run only one time. On complete will run only one time. So this on before transform script will run before each row transformation. So here we have actually nine records, right? 10 records looks like. I have actually created one. So we have 10 records, right? This on before transform script will run 10 times. If you have 100 records, on before transform script will run 100 times. So the same way we have actually on after transform script here. So on after transform script will run after each row transformation. This also will run if you have 100 records, 100 times it will run. Okay. So on start will run only one time. On complete will run only one time. On before will run before each row transformation. On after will run after each row transformation. We have 3 other things. On foreign insert, on foreign insert, on choice create, on rejector. So these are related to choice action that we have actually discussed just a while ago. Just a while ago, we have actually discussed the choice action right here. In the choice action, we can create, ignore, rejector. We can create ignore rejector. So whenever you have selected the choice action as create, if a new record is created in the reference table, so like in the user table, a record is created, right? If a new record is created in the user table or reference table, then on foreign insert script will run. Okay. On foreign insert. So on foreign insert will run. So this is actually affected caller field, right? Affected caller field is actually a reference field. Okay. Here you have selected choice action as create. As you have selected choice action as create, so here the affected caller value is actually coming as shown order. Shown order is not there in the user table. As you have selected create here, it will create a record. Whenever a record is created in the reference table, whenever you have selected choice action as create, then on foreign insert script will run. Hope this is clear. Okay. So this is actually reference field. Affected caller is actually a reference field. When it comes to the state is actually a drop down field. So here, right, whenever you are passing a choice that like brand new is not there in the target table, right? Brand new field choice is not there in the target table, right? If you have to create the new choice, you will select create here. Okay, if you have to create the new choice, you will select create here. So as you have selected, create here, and a new choice is created in the ServiceNow target table, then on choice create transform script will run. Okay. On choice create. Okay. So on foreign insert will run whenever you have selected choice action as create, and the value that is coming from source is not there in the target table. Whenever a record is created in the reference table, then on foreign insert script will run. When you have selected a choice action as create, if a value is coming from source is not there in the drop down field in the target table, if a record is created in the target table choice action, then the on choice create transform script will run. So on reject. So whenever you have selected the choice action as rejected, whenever you have selected choice action as rejected, if a row transformation is rejected because choice action you have selected as reject, then on rejected transform script will run. So do you guys understand when exactly which script will run? Do you guys understand or not?
Yeah, yes.
There are actually 7 types of transform scripts available. On start will run only one time. On complete will run only one time. On before will run before each row transformation. On after will run after each row transformation. On foreign insert will run whenever a record is created in the reference table. So as you have selected choice action as create. So on choice create will run whenever a new choice is created on the target table as you have selected choice action as create. On reject will run whenever a row transformation is rejected as you have selected choice action as reject. So these are the 7 types of transform scripts available in ServiceNow platform. Okay. So remember one thing, guys, among these 7 types of transform scripts, majority of the time, you will be using on before and on after. So you don't use rest of those things. Very rarely. So out of 100, you will be using 2 to 3%. 95% to 7% you don't use rest of those things. Majority of the time you will be using on before. So when exactly this on before transform script will run? Before each row transformation. Before each row transformation, on before transform script will run. Okay. So customer is actually giving me a sheet. Customer is actually giving me a Excel sheet. Okay, I want to import this Excel sheet into, I want to import this Excel sheet data into ServiceNow incident table. So while importing the data, right, only existing records should be updated. Understand my point? Only updates should happen. Because of coil is, if the coil is match not found, record will create, right? There should not be any creations. Only updates should happen. That is what customer is asking. From this Excel sheet, right? So I am actually deleting this one. Deleting this one. So now you understand, right? When exactly which transform script will run? I'm going to delete this one. So here, right? What exactly customer is asking? When I give you the sheet, right? Whenever you load that sheet into ServiceNow platform, there should not be any record created. Only existing record should be updated. So if this record is not there in the ServiceNow platform, it will obviously create, right? Queries will identify whether the record is there in the ServiceNow platform or not. So queries will identify, right? If the record is there, it will update. If the record is not there, it will create. But customer is asking, there should not be any record created, even though there is no match found. So then what I do is, before each row transformation, whether the record is getting created or updated, I will check. before each row transformation, I will check whether that is insert or update.
Like business rule it run, right?
Yeah, almost. So before the row transformation, so we will actually check whether that is actually insertion or updation. If it is insertion, I will not actually I will not let them transform the row. I will actually stop the row transformation. So before the row transformation, the script is running, right? Then we can actually stop the row transformation. Then what I do is I will actually create a transform script that is actually on before transform script. On before transform script. So here, right, you will actually keep a condition. What condition you keep? Action. Using action object, you can actually identify which operation it is actually happening. If action is equal to insert. Insert means creation. So then you will actually say ignore is equal to true. That means if insertion is happening, ignore the row transformation. That is what you are actually specifying here. Only insert should happen, update should not happen. So then what exactly you will do is, if the action equal to update, ignore is equal to true. Only inserts will happen. Okay, let us say only. So if an Excel sheet is coming, 20th record, 40th record, 60th record, 80th record has to be ignored. From the Excel sheet, 100 records are coming. Out of 100, I have to ignore 20th record, 40th record, 60th record, 80th record, 100th record. Then what exactly, how exactly you will ignore those 5 records out of 100? Oh, you will not know. So here, right, whenever you load the data into staging table, right, so there will be row count provided. Okay. So what exactly you do is source dot row percentile 20 equal to 0. That means 20th record, 40th record, 60th record, 80th record, 100th record. These 5 records will be ignored. Okay. Only even number records should be ignored. Second record, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th. So then we will actually use 2 here. Okay. Suppose if the short description is empty, you want to stop the row transformation. Then what exactly you do is, if source dot view underscore short description equal to empty, ignore is equal to true. So if you want to pass any status message, short description is mandatory. Okay. So likewise, you will do the validations using on before transform script. Okay. Fine. I have another requirement. Whenever whenever a record is inserted, whenever a record is inserted in the target table, and you want after the insertion, when after row transformation, you want to create two incident tasks. After incident created in the target table, right? After incident is created in the target table, and you want to create two incident tasks, then you will use on after transform script. After each row transformation, the transform script will run, right? So then you will use if action equal to insert. Okay. So then you will actually write glide record on incident task table where gr is equal to glide record yeah. So target.sysID means which record exactly is created, right? On that particular record only I am creating these tasks. Every incident has incident tasks, right? Whatever the incident that is created, on that particular incident only I am creating these tasks. That is the reason target.sysID means so the created incident sysID. So here I can use target dot okay. So I have created on before transform map. I have created on after transform. So one is on after, one is on before. So what exactly on before doing? So if the short description is empty, record will be ignored. So I am going to inactivate this one. So before each row transformation, whether the short description is coming or not, it is actually checking. Activating this one. So we have actually on after transform script, which is actually after each row transformation, it will actually create a incident task, only one incident task. Okay. I'm going to delete all those records. So no, there are no records. So now when I load the data, all the records will be inserted. After each row insertion, after each row transformation, a new incident task has to be created. Okay. So now I am going to load the data. Did we select any reject? Is choice action as reject? No, right? All these records are inserted. So on the each record, there should be at least one incident task attached. On this incident, there should be one incident task attached to it. So there are actually two incident tasks. One is actually coming from some other source. So another one is actually creating from transform script. So this is actually from transform script, I believe. Yeah, I think this is from transform script. So likewise, guys, you will be using transform scripts for validation purpose after the row transformation. If you want to do, if you want to write some scripts, then you will use on after and on before. So on start and on complete will run only one time. So that is actually, one is actually beginning of the transform map, one is at the end of the transform map. So in the beginning of the transform map, if you want to notify, so transform map has been started, or so if you want to send notifications such as, if you want to send notifications such as transform map is started, transform map is completed, something like that. If you want to send notifications, you will use those scripts. So I did not ever use on for an insert, on choice create, and on reject transform scripts, but I have got some knowledge when exactly they will run. So those will run, on for an insert will run. So whenever you have selected choice action as create and a new record is created in the target table reference field, so then on for an insert script will run. So whenever you have selected choice action on the drop down field as create, and the value is not there in the target table, and a new record is created on the choices, then you will actually the on choice create transform script will run. So as you have selected choice action as reject, the record transformation is rejected, then on reject transform script will run. So this is about transform scripts, guys. In tomorrow session, we will be discussing data source concept. Okay. So once we are done with that, we will start integrations part. So any doubts, guys?